Hello everybody, hope you're doing awesomely. Mr. Minority with another quick tips video. This one is about Pokemon IVs. So I've talked about EVs, which is effort value. IVs is a little bit different. It's more intrinsic, and it's going to be a little emotional, I'll be honest with you, because it's going to be involving Miraidon. Yes, my good old friend, my mount. Okay, so I haven't given him any EVs or IVs, so the way to check IVs in here, so the way to kind of describe it is EVs are gained by battling or vitamins or feathers or whatever, and they help to influence the stats. However, IV is how good the Pokemon is kind of intrinsically. Like, you can influence the stats with EVs. The IVs are how good it is, period, before you do anything. If you want to think of it in terms of like lifting, IV is kind of like the genetics. You have really good genetics, you have really good potential, and then the EV is like the effort. So I have a lot of EVs. I've trained out a lot, but I have crap genetics. So I have crap IVs. So let's illustrate this a little bit better. So how to view them is there's no number view that I'm aware of. It'll just give a kind of qualitative, good, decent, best, that sort of thing. And the way to do it is you have to beat all three storylines. I think it's said online where you just have to beat like the Elite Four and the Champion, and I wasn't able to view it after that. I checked multiple times. It seems like you have to complete all three of the storylines: the Titans, the Team Star, and the Elite Four. So the way to do it is to go to boxes, and when you're in boxes, you'll come up with these stats. If you'll click the plus button up here, it'll give you a picture of the Pokemon, and then you push it again, it'll give you the stats in terms of how good they're. Now you see a lot of hyper trained here. Ignore that for now. That's what. But let's look at Miraidon. So you can see his HP is the best. That's the best. Attack is the best. Well, he's not going to be physical, so not really mess. Defense is very good, so we can do a little bit better than that. Speed is the best. Special attack is also the best, and special defense is very good. So these are very good stats. So he's not going to be able to get much better. However, if you wanted to maximize how good he is, and this is for any Pokemon, obviously he's a legendary and he has some pretty good stats there. But if you go out and capture some Pokemon, then in the wild, they may not have such good stats. By the way, with the Terror Raids, however many IVs are maxed out, like how many of those best stats, is going to be X minus 1. In other words, however many stars there is, minus 1. So if it's a 5-star raid, which is pretty high, then it'll have 4 stats that are the best. 3-star raid will have 2 stats that are the best, so on and so forth. So, just as a quick FYI. So, your probably question is like, well, how do I make it better? Because, with EVs, you can use vitamins, that sort of thing. Well, there is some place that sells something called bottle caps. I actually don't think I have any right now, so let me go and buy, I think I needed 2 of them. You can buy them at any Delibird store. In fact, I'm actually right in front of the Delibird store. And it's under General Goods. So you can buy bottle caps. There's also gold bottle cap. Those are 2 items that you can get from doing the Ace Academy. They're 20,000 a pop, so it's not anything to be sneezed at. You can pay with LP or cash. Yeah. But gold bottle cap will max out all IVs, that is to say all 6 of them. And the bottle cap will max out just one chosen IV or one chosen stat. So where you need to go with these bottle caps is to this place right here, Montenevera. Hope I pronounced that correctly. This is a spot I frequent quite a bit because I do, as you could tell by the Masquerada, a lot of hyper training. So. And if you got the money, you've got the money. One thing to know is they have to be at least level 50. You can't hyper train anyone who's below level 50. So yeah, so you can kind of take a notice here, go to hyper train. Yes, oh poor Miraidon, it's been so long, you fucking run out. Anyway, okay, so I can hyper train because he's plus level 50. Where'd he go? Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. You can't hide like that. Bit of an inconvenience there. Sorry for that. Okay, yes. Okay, so we're gonna hyper train. And let's go ahead and we can hyper train again. Special defense and defense. So we can take a look, and it's like 180, 160. And see how much it increases. We're gonna use one. Okay, well, I already had one. Oh yeah, I did get one just from the Ace Academy. So we're gonna do defense and we're gonna do special defense and we're gonna start the training. So since both stats were very good, it's probably not going to increase as much. The worst it can be, I think, is no good. So if it were no good, going to hyper trained, it would be much more substantial to change. So okay, let's take a peek at what those stats are. Again, it was 180, 160, and it went up by 2, so not by much at all. But if you look at boxes now and you go to Miraidon, you will see that he is 2 stats are hyper trained and the rest are best. So in other words, in terms of IVs, he is maxed out. Now I haven't given him any EVs again, but he's as good as he's going to get genetically, intrinsically speaking. His potential is the best. So that's a quick rundown. Hope you guys learned something about it. Again, there is, I think in the past versions, you could see like specific numbers. I think it was like up to 31 or something. This one's just qualitative. Deal with it. I think there's a range, but there you go. So hope you learned something, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Hope you stay awesome.